Evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do a Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. So today, both Nifty and Bank Nifty open gap down, and Bank Nifty was completely sideways. And I had put a strangle, an OTM strangle as usual, and made some money. So this is what, we need to be focused in understanding when the market can go sideways. So I'll tell you why the market went sideways in a short, so that you keep these things in mind. So yesterday when we discussed the participant wise open interest, we saw that FIs did not have or did not carried any significant positions. Okay, and whereas pros were short on calls and some short on puts. And so in this case, what happens is, see, every time apart from FIs, obviously, like pros, retailers, everyone is interested to know what FIs are doing. So when FIs did not have much of position, so there is no fear, but definitely you want to book your profits. So what happened today? Market open gap down. It was a superb stayed for pros because they had too much of call shots. They got an opportunity to book, but this booking of profits was not in fear because FIs did not have any long positions. So there was no point of fear. So the market was sideways. They booked their profits, and Nifty eventually went up, and Bank Nifty stayed sideways. So this is what happened. So this is how you need to understand. So that's what I did. Like in the morning, I could make out that the market can trade sideways. So immediately I put a strangle. So now let's see what should be the plan for tomorrow. So if you look at the daily candle, Bank Nifty doesn't look that convincing. However, if you look at Nifty, Nifty looks a little bullish, like it filled the gap, and a good green candle here, and looks like it can take this candle anytime. So a good view on Nifty, but Bank Nifty isn't that strong. So even if you look at the weekly candle, uh, it is like forming like a hammer at the moment, whereas in Bank Nifty it is still a bear candle. Okay, so let's quickly discuss the participant wise open interest. Data again seems to be sideways and volatile, so let's understand how. So the first thing, a lot of confusions have been created from FIs. They have created long positions in futures, and they've also created short positions. So we need to remember they already have shorts. Okay, so yesterday they booked longs. Okay, we cannot forget this. Today they added some longs. Okay, good, but they also added shorts. So this figure isn't that convincing. So this is creating a confusion. And similarly, if you look at call options and put options, they are net long in call for 15,400 and net long in put around 15,900. So similar figure. So this means sideways. So whenever you see both side buying, that means sideways and volatile. Okay, so you need to keep this in mind. And similarly, if we look at pros, they are short on calls and short on puts, so they are also looking sideways. So sideways to downtrend is their plan because they have call shorts more than the put short. So looking at this position, definitely they'll also try to manage their positions tomorrow. So let's understand how we should be trading looking at the charts. So what do we understand from this is market is definitely sideways and volatile, obviously. Okay, so let's move on to the chart on a smaller time frame. So I've removed all the old lines that I had and just focusing on the current situation. So this is Bank Nifty. So at the moment, this place becomes an important support. Like, let's make it as a range. Okay, so this is an important support. 33,500 to 33,450, you can say. So what is the support? Let's consider 33,450. Okay, this is our support for Bank Nifty. And on the higher side, at the moment we have resistance of 34,000, and there is a major resistance at 34,300, because that will be a gap fill area. So we'll consider that as a strong resistance. So if we break this level, definitely we'll test 34,300, 350. Okay, so that is the idea. So this is our major resistance and this is our major support. So just keep this in mind. Okay, so we'll just try and understand what like FIs would have done today. So say, you know, a support is created at this place. So that means FIs might have bought calls here. Okay, and pros would have sold, I mean, like they had sold put here. So hence we find that this is a support. So what will happen is below this they'll make profit. Okay, if so definitely loss in call, but profit in put. But we need to understand, like, since it was a sideways market, they would have purchased put somewhere here. Okay, so put long from FIIs and call short from pros. So this is something which we need to remember. So tomorrow what FIs will do is they will try to make profits in both call and put. Okay, so how will that happen? Definitely either the market has to open gap up and then, you know, travels until this place 34,000, and then they'll book their call because it's a good rally, almost like a 200 points, 33, yeah, 33,700 to almost 34,000, so 300 points. So they'll book, and meanwhile at this place they'll start adding puts here, and then we'll see the market again coming down, but this time it will not come here. Okay, so it will come here, so they'll start trading in this range. So what we'll do is, in case market opens flat and crosses this level, we are definitely going to buy a call, and we will book immediately at 33,980. So this is the swing, the previous swing. So we'll book here. So this is roughly around, I think, 270 points. Okay, so we'll book here, and then the market can hover here, and then it will suddenly come down so that the put premium increases, and then the market can trade within this range for Bank Nifty. And in any case, if it further, like if it has to break 34,000, how it will do is it will go up and start spending time here and then give a breakout. So if we see this breakout, then we'll again buy a call here, and our target would be 34,350 or 300 to be safe. Okay, so that is the gap fill area. Let me just show you. So this is the area that I'm talking about. Okay, this space. So definitely they can attempt this place. Second thing is, downside, looking at Nifty, the scope is less. Okay, so this 15,600, 650 will act as a strong support for Nifty, at least for this expiry. So I'm not seeing Nifty going down to that place at least until Thursday. So all that we'll do is, so this is our area. Like below this, we should actually go for a put, but we do not have much of a room. This is just about 110, 120 points. So all that we'll do is we'll just select a range for sideways to volatile. So if market opens somewhere close to 33 650 700, and if it crosses this, then the range for us is 33 700 to 34,000. So we'll trade in this range, and that should be the plan. And in case if we open say with a slight gap down, okay, so there's a possibility we may see an immediate dip. That dip can even come up to 33 430. So if we are opening with slight gap down and immediately going down, then looking at this position, we'll see that they may book their puts, and then the market can, again come up to this place. So there are two range that we are going to plan. So the first range on the higher side is 33 700 to 34,000, and on the lower side the range is 33 600 to 33 400. Okay, like from this place to this place, we can see Bank Nifty to move in a volatile way. So this is a range, so we'll plan accordingly, and based on that we can actually go for a call or put. So this is simple to understand. If they open and immediately fall down, that means they are going to book profit in puts, and we should always remember that they have call longs too. So the market has to go up, so we should plan that trade. So this is my view on Bank Nifty. Let's quickly check out Nifty 2. So Nifty is at a super place. Like this is a resistance 15894. So consider 15900. So if at all Nifty opens somewhere above 15840, above this swing, and we will not take a trade at this zone. We will wait for it to break out. So if Nifty breaks this level, which is 15900, then we can see Nifty moving up to 16180. Okay, so whether it will go in one day, that totally depends on how Bank Nifty supports. So if Bank Nifty travels to at least 34,000, so which is 300 points from here, then obviously Nifty can try this level. This isn't difficult for it. Okay, and similarly, Nifty, when it will get bearish below this level, so below 15800. This is not 800. Let me check. Yeah, 15800 we can consider. So below 15810, Nifty can trade again within this range. Okay, so so considering that if we can expect Nifty sideways, so this is a place where they would have bought puts, and this should be the place where they would have bought calls. So if it goes up, they'll definitely book, but more or less like Nifty looks a little towards an upside trend, whereas Bank Nifty looks sideways. So that's the only reason. What we'll do is we'll avoid trading Nifty as sideways. If we open flat and break 5,900, definitely we're going to buy a call. At least the first target we can expect 16,030, and then 16,180. And any choice of taking a bear trade, I'm not really interested in Nifty, because again it will start trading sideways and it will create confusion, because definitely buyers are helping or holding the level of Nifty. And in case of a very big gap up, so what we'll do is definitely you can go for a put buy. Like say for example it is opening somewhere around here, around 15,940 to 960, then you can go for a put, and we'll see if it is coming until PDC or PDH. So both are going to be the same. So if it takes support here, then we have to book it, and if it crosses this level, definitely we'll have to change our mind to a call. So Bank Nifty I'm going to trade sideways tomorrow. This is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. Let's see in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.